Hello, it's your girl Deja Demure, and we are on the Woman of Wisdom series. It says in the word, it says in Hosea 4 and 6 that my people perish due to the lack of knowledge. When you don't like learning or you don't ask why about a lot of things in this world, it causes you to be misled and taken advantage of. For example, like say the police have pulled you over, and you didn't really do nothing. They pulled you over and they told you to get out the car and stuff. Since you don't have knowledge about your rights, then you can get easily taken advantage of, and the police can pretty much do anything to you. And you don't want that, do you? Because I know I don't. So it's very vital and important to learn and seek knowledge so that you won't be misled in this world. Today's topic I will be discussing is the 1994 Illuminati New World Order. I'm about to blow y'all mind with this one. Check it out. Illuminati New World Order card game of 1994 by Steve Jackson Games. Alleged deception. Some believe this game early predicted future events like 9/11, pandemics, and the rise of surveillance state. They see it as evidence of a pre-planned agenda by a shadowy elite, Satan's hidden agenda as perceived by some, to desensitize the public to these events, normalize them, and make people feel powerless against a predetermined future. Why Christianity does not conform. Christianity emphasizes free will, God's sovereignty over future events, and warns against occult practices and belief in predetermined fates outside of God's plan. Example, the New World Order game. The New World Order is a out-of-print collectible card game that was released in 1994 by Steve Jackson Games, based on an original box game Illuminati, which is in turn inspired by the 1975 book The Illuminatis, trilogy by Robert Antoine Wilson and Robert Shea. Wow. Number 1. New York 2001 Twin Towers plus Pentagon collapse. After being hit by terror attacks where planes hosted by Osama bin Laden himself. As you can see, the year that this happened, which is September 11 in 2001, was after this card game came out. So this is very evident that the Twin Towers hit was already planned by the ones in high places. This is extremely sad because so many innocent people lost their lives, and come to find out the fact that this was on purpose shows you how much America does not care about us. Plus, this New World Order card game has a large deck of cards that have not even been played yet. So it's so much to question and prepare for that we are unaware of, especially if you are not woke. Luckily, God states in his word, fear not, for he is with you. So you shall not be afraid of what's to come. Number 2, celebrities in Hollywood being cloned on TV, plus politics pretending to be the original celebrity to substitute and hide their death or sacrifice. Research states it's possible that some celebrities already passed away. They just created a clone to replace them. Celebrities that are mentioned are Kanye West, Jamie Foxx, and Ariana Grande. Starting with Kanye West. I personally believe he is a clone because something about the way he looks now looks very off to me, such as his shoulders being so high as if they were padded. His head is bigger and his behavior is off, especially with his girlfriend Bianca Censori. Kanye West also made a video before he vanished stating that if he disappeared for a certain period of time, that when he comes back, that it is not him. This happened when he was exposed in Hollywood as being demonic and controlled. Next is Ariana Grande. I first noticed that Ariana Grande looks different when she starred on the movie Wicked with Cynthia Norivo. She looks way more pale and her jaw structure is more defined. Also, it's something very off about her. I'm not sure what it is, but she does not look the same as before. They do say in order to get something that you want in Hollywood, such as a movie role, record deal, TV show, you have to sacrifice something that is sacred to you. Since the enemy is the God of this world, he copied everything that God already created. He just turned it to evil instead of good. Always remember, never do something that disconnect with your morals and values. Money is not everything. It says in the word, money is the root of all evil. It also says in the word, what profits a man to gain the whole world but to lose his only soul? Don't lose your soul just to get money. Money is just paper. Yes, it's a very real necessity that we need, but at the end of the day, it's not going home with you. As you can see, Ariana Grande does not look the same. She looks more paler, and some people say she could be a clone. Who knows, but that is not how she looked. And then we have Jamie Foxx that look different as well. As you can see on the other picture, he looks much lighter and his forehead is even bigger, as if he has a mask on. They even put a Jamie Foxx show on Netflix called I Clone Tyrone, portrayed predictive programming, which is when they put subliminal messages in shows and in movies before the situation actually happens in reality on Earth. Next, we have Kanye. As you can see, this man looks very strange. It seems as though in his shoulders he has like padding, like that football padding, like just to make your arms bigger. And that's what it seems like. It's just, something is just not right with both of these pictures. And I feel like they really just took Kanye away and cloned him.
Around Hollywood, a lot of people come up missing. Feels like it might be a lot of that in order to control, traumatize. They wanted to medicate me every day. You realize they could have just switched to medication and I wouldn't be here. And on the news, they would have said it was because of a mental issue. I ain't never been back to the hospital since 2015, but every time they say I'm crazy, it's just when I'm saying the truth. They can't control me. They can control Shaq. They can control LeBron James. They can control Jay-Z and Beyonce, but they can't control me. You see, it ain't no name I won't name. It's up.
If I ever went anywhere, we know why. So I'm talking about my life was threatened to have a political opinion.
Hey, they say this the real Kanye West. Look at him. Looks like him to me.
My mama was sacrificed.
Number 3, we have COVID-19, a deadly disease that began in December of 2019 in China and spread across the U.S., so they say. The effects and symptoms created a mandatory law to wear masks, coverings, and quarantine in home until the end of 2022. But notice the word COVID backwards. It's devak, which means in Hebrew the possession of a demon. Again, the possession of a demon. Nothing's a coincidence. Majority of the big news that comes out is already pre-planned to create fear in society and keep them in control. Matthew 17:21 states demons come out by prayer and fasting. They put the truth right in front of our faces, but so many people are still blinded or don't question anything because it takes discipline to seek the truth. And some don't want to hear the truth, so continue to live the way the elites and governments say live, not knowing that the people in high places are trying to unalive us and make sure we suffer. A lot of people took the vaccine shot already, not knowing how heartless and careless the masses are. They can say anything and put it on the news and people will still believe it because they are listening to man-made ways instead of the Creator, who created the world himself. Wake up, people, and because deception is unraveling very fast, we have to put our spiritual eyes on and wake up. Even myself. Next, we have liquor companies and poison. Represents how many people are addicted to liquor and popularized. But little do they know that what they are consuming is a demon in spirit. That's why most liquor companies are called wine and spirits. The Arabic word for alcohol is al-kul, which means a body-eating spirit, As you can see in the picture, there is a demon inside of the alcohol bottle. Why do you think every time you drink, you make irrational decisions and become a totally different person, either promiscuous, sexual, angry, crying, and so many other different personalities depending on what you are drinking? I have done my research, and studies show that most celebrities that promote or advertise alcohol by being a sponsor really don't drink alcohol themselves because they know what it does. Hearing this information was actually surprising to me because these are the same people that would drink blood in rituals they do behind closed doors. God states in His Word, you can drink, but do it in moderation and do not become drunker, because when you become drunk, you are not thinking straight and not aware or alert of your actions. Number 5, conspiracy theories are portrayed to be people on the media defined as a person who believes that some secret but influential organization is responsible for a particular event or phenomenon. Most conspiracy theories are actually telling the truth about a particular situation, but the media does not want anyone to know that because they are a part of the beast system and follow the Antichrist. When the truth is being unveiled by a person that is considered a conspiracy theorist, such as Cat Williams, Orlando Brown, etc., the news claim that they are on drugs and making these claims up. But really, if you do your research, everything that conspiracy theories say is very much logical. Number 6, fast food chains. Fast food chains are a representation of how the elites make fast food restaurants look appealing to lure the crowd to eat so that we can all be unhealthy and not think clearly so that the masses can keep us under control and enslaved. Most fast foods today contain human DNA or ingredients that causes a person to be angry or have all of these different side effects, such as depression, anxiousness, worry, and many other mental issues. So sorcery and medication would be the solution. Sorcery meaning in Greek is pharmakia, which means pharmacy. Revelation 18:23 says, "The light of a lamp will never shine in you again. The happy voices of brides and grooms will never be heard from you again. For your merchants were the greatest in the world and deceive the nations with your sorceries, which is medication. As you can see on the picture of the food chain pyramid, which is the shape of a triangle, which is the symbol of the Illuminati, one of the common things I notice about things that belong to Satan the deceiver himself is almost everything he owns has a triangle attached to it. For example, the Freemasonry symbol. And look at all of these other symbols that I am about to show you right now that you probably never paid attention to. I'm guilty of this myself as well. Number 7, subliminal messages. The masses inserts inappropriate or devilish subliminal messages in the television to reel people in about what's to come in the world for the future. And also get this, people normalize good is bad and bad is a good scenario for the New World Order. This also is classified as predictive programming or lesser magic being done on television. As you can see, this picture looks like just a bowl of ice cream, but look closely and notice the spelling on the ice cream, which says SEX, causing lust to the audience that sees it. God says to protect your ear gates and eye gates because what you consume will consume you. Number 8, TV preachers. Most TV preachers or pastors with the megachurch and the occult are designed to put on a false image, also known as a false prophet, to preach about the bare minimum of the gospel and mostly lure people in to sow a substantial amount of seeds at their church out of greed. Their jobs is to win souls to hell instead of heaven by teaching false representation of Christ and cover up the important messages that are not being taught in the church, such as healing the sick, casting out devils, and discussing the end times prophecies. Matthew 7:15-20 states, Jesus warns his followers of false prophets. Beware of false prophets who come to you in sheep's clothing but inwardly are ravaging wolves. You will know them by their fruits. Are grapes gathered from thorns or figs from thistles?